Hello, Goddess, and welcome to this week's Thankful to Thrive Thursday, which I am personally quite excited to discover for myself what the message is for today. And my name is Rochelle. For those who are new to my channel here at Empowerment Experiences, we are looking for and finding our power all along this, which is the journey of learning to love ourself, yourself, right? That is what a self-love empowerment journey is all about. And especially if you're on a twin flame journey, or as I like to call it, a healing twin flames journey, then, well, you've probably figured out that you could probably describe it as a self-love empowerment journey on steroids. At least that is what I have come to call it myself. It's been excruciating. I am not one to sugarcoat it, even and especially with my clients. I don't make promises I can't keep. I don't tell you things that, set you up to be disappointed. It is my purpose to guide you into and through finding your power on this journey, because I myself have been doing that for myself for quite some time. And as I've mentioned before, I am so grateful that I was already a self-love empowerment coach before my twin flame came into my life. I am so grateful that I didn't believe in the concept of twin flames or the twin flame theory of it, if you want to be more objective or scientific about it. I'm so grateful to have this foundation, to have this wisdom, this understanding, this experience of reclaiming my power, having been a former pimped out drug addicted prostitute, a mother's mistake, misdiagnosed bipolar, a pump full of drugs, turned into a zombie. I have had to reclaim so much of my power in my life, and yet continue still to do that, especially in building a business and, as I've mentioned, this twin flame journey, because we really are here to be rising and thriving on our journeys, period. This is your journey. This is your canvas upon which to paint the masterpiece of your life. So, that said, I already miss my sparkle. I had broken 2 of my nails, and my nails need some breathing room and some TLC, so I'm gonna start loving on them a little more. See, I do have really good natural nails when they're not being sanded down too thin and things like that. So again, it is about looking in the certain facets of your life and saying, is this really aligned? Is this really giving me the result that I want? And for me, having all of that gel on my nails, it wasn't. I actually miss painting my own fingernails. So that's what I'm gonna do. So, and now that I know how to do that French tip, in fact, I have to share really quick, a soul sister of mine, she showed me a video of an easy, for them, an easy way. I'm an artist, so I can handle my paintbrushes and things, and that's how I'll do my own French tips. But she showed me a video, and one of the 3 suggestions this woman gave was using acrylic paint, because you don't have to remove it with acetone off of your fingers if you get it, and if you put a polish coat over it, a clear coat, it'll keep. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I never thought to just paint my fingernails with acrylic paint. I mean, go figure, right? Or even the tips. So I am excited to be having fun creatively, and I just saw 424. I have to share that as well. 424 has been a very noisy number lately. So why don't we start there for today's Thankful to Thrive Thursday, and let's just see what is going on here. I even already have the angel numbers open because 424 has a lot to, has been, again, having a very loud voice lately. Patience and practicality. I just saw, when I was looking in this book to take a picture to send a client of mine her card details that we had from a session, and I opened to the page before. Just when I opened the book, it was the page before. Well, that page before is patience. So clearly right now we are all being asked to have patience, to cultivate greater patience within ourselves, patience for ourselves, patience for our journey, for the unfolding of it, for the manifestations to come into fruition. Patience, patience, patience. And in order to really assist with the cultivation of that, this angel number is talking about tuning into your drive, your passion, your purpose, what lights you up, because that's what's going to raise your vibration. That's what's going to bring you up into that thriving space. You're supposed to be nurturing and cultivating the truths of you, the things that light you up, because that is you tending to your inner light, your inner being. Listen to your inner voice of guidance. Cultivate and participate in things that suit your happiness best. Really feel into your options and choose the path of least resistance. All right, Goddess. So clearly, we are all very much in this space, and I know for me, there's two visions that I desire, and I don't know which one's coming first. I'm not sure. It could go either way, really, truly. And so where is my power? And I share this with you in the, I'm being led to share this with you in the event that you too are finding yourself in this space where you're not in the old anymore, but you're not yet in the new, and you're not quite sure which one it is, because you can have multiple visions. You can have multiple desires. You're not going to be in one vision forever, right? It is an evolutionary journey, right? So with that, where is the power in that? Where these are both kind of, you're juggling the two and they're kind of literally up in the air. Okay, where is my power in this? Where's that middle ground? And it's going, okay, what is the common denominator? Because they have common denominators. Like one is traveling the world, returning to India, going to Thailand. I have a bucket list of places. The other one is, I really want a school bus conversion. I want to, oh my gosh, I want to be like a turtle. And the turtle has been coming up very much lately. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Again, patience. Wow. Right now, all of these things are so connected, because it's the ego. It's the ego going, I want it now, I want it now, I want it now. Oh my God, I don't have it now. Oh, drama queen, it's the end of the world. No, so again, these two visions of mine, they have things in common. They both eliminate the attachment of a stationary location. So no renting a house, no renting an apartment, none of that. I desire to be truly free like that, to have nothing holding me in one place, right? So, okay, awesome. That's what's similar between the two. So what are the things that I would require, regardless of which path, or which, not path, but which manifestation is coming into fruition first? Which of these are going to happen first? Because obviously I'm not going to be having my school bus, shipped over to India, right? My school bus conversion, I'm not going to be there permanently, right? However, again, they have that similarity. So one of those would be, for instance, to have like a UPS box, right? So I have an address, an actual street address to have my mail sent to. That's a must. Minimalizing my belongings, my actual material belongings, giving it away, letting it go, right? Decluttering all of that. So those are two major things that I can go, ooh, I can focus on taking care of those, and then they're done, right? And then they're handled. Getting a storage unit for the things that won't fit in the bus, because I do, again, have a business. I have a creative clarity journaling course that has a creative kit. I'm not going to be storing all of those on my school bus, my schoolie, it's a school bus conversion. And so it's, again, that's where my power is. And that is what we do when we're allowing ourselves to be where we are and not eat the whole elephant. I don't like using that reference because I'm like, I don't want to eat an elephant. That's not a pretty thought. I like to say bathe an elephant because it's still a lot of work to bathe an elephant, right? Especially if you're hand washing one. So I like to say wash an elephant instead of eat one. You can't wash the whole, you don't have a towel big enough. There's not a washcloth big enough to wash the entire elephant at one time, right? So that's what I like to go with. So it's looking again at where your power is so that you take that pressure off of yourself, because you are the one that's creating that pressure. You are the one that's putting the limitations on the time, how long it's taking, what the vision looks like specifically. Just like I know with my divine masculine, my beloved twin flame, I know that in spite of where he is in his karmic, he is deep in karmic lessons right now. And regardless of what that looks like right now, it doesn't mean that our journey is done. Our journey will never be done when it's your twin flame. It is eternal, right? Oh, eternal flame. Oh my goodness. I am hearing that song, Eternal Flame. Goddess, we have a song today. Yay! Eternal Flame. That is the twin flame dynamic. It is eternal. As is that, again, that flame, that light that burns, that is you. That not just burns within you, that passion, it is time for you to be well lit, fully lit, and to light the hell out of this world. Literally, light the hell out of this world. So that said, oh my goodness, we're just having a wonderful day, I feel, in terms of all the wonderful signs and synchronicities coming to us and the messages so far. So Eternal Flame, that's a song. And with that, let's check into what the cards have to say for us today. What is our empowerment message as divine feminines, which right now is celebration. And I'm hearing celebrate how far you've come. Celebrate your ability to come back into your power in this moment and allow yourself to take that pause and to be present with yourself, to be present with your energy, and and allow yourself to really truly see where your power is, rather than your ego being the one that has power over you and going, oh my God, it's not working like this, and going straight into that victim mindset, right? It's time to, again, be celebrating that you are able to recognize within yourself when you are in that victim mindset. It may not necessarily mean that you shift right away, but remember, Goddess, you cannot change that which you are unaware. Awareness is where it all begins. Awareness is that very first step that once you become aware of something, a pattern within yourself, then you're going to see that pattern there on out. You're going to see it moving forward, it no longer then has that power over you because it's not hidden in the shadow space. It's been brought to light. You are now aware of it. So when it then presents itself and attempts to sabotage you, you can say, I see you, boo. Okay? All right? So celebrate how far you've come, the understanding that you have for yourself. Celebrate the visions that you desire as already being, and ask your guides, your ancestors. I know for me, healing this mother wound has been excruciating. And it was really seeing recently a major thread that it's correlated to my mother wound that has just infiltrated so much of my life and has been amplified lately. And as a result of that, I, again, was in my dark space, and in that space, my wounded inner child, feeling abandoned anyway and betrayed, was telling the guides and especially my ancestors, especially them, saying to them, leave me alone, you put this all on me, you left me to do this because you weren't strong enough, you weren't brave enough, so just leave me alone right now because you're not helping me. But that's all ego, right? That's all shadow. And that's sabotage, right? Saying, don't help me because you're not helping me. It's kind of like, well, wait a minute. Okay. That's make it make sense kind of thing, right? So it's no, we have to allow ourselves to not just receive the support, but to see that we are being supported. Okay. And yeah, allow yourself to receive it. Allow yourself again to see any of those sabotages that are blocking you from this support and therefore bringing you closer to achieving your goals. One of my primary one-on-one client right now, she's really much in that space of recognizing the impact of having a coach, just like me. Like I learned that you feel as though, I feel like in a sense, a coach serves one of the greatest purposes of helping to keep you from, because you're always on your path. So please don't misunderstand when I say keep you on your path, but I mean to assist with holding that space for you and gently guiding you through these navigating through this excruciating journey that we're all on right now. And I can honestly tell you that when I've not had a coach, it's been much more challenging. So I definitely have a coach, and obviously my clients have coaches and things like that. And whether it's a one-on-one session through my scheduler, it's just a single one-time or here and there kind of session, I'm still your coach. That, or anybody else that you book with, on occasion, that person is still your coach. It's still someone who is guiding you and assisting you with navigating, areas of your life that you may not be able to see, or areas of your life that you may not possess yet the wisdom and the understanding and the knowledge of getting to where you want to go. And that's what it is. And gratitude, that's why Thankful to Thrive Thursday, gratitude changes everything. And I know that when I'm not in my gratitude space, it shows. It's so easy to see the mirroring just in my experience, and especially to feel it within myself. And most importantly, being grateful for how far you have come, being grateful for you, because you, goddess, are the one who has gotten you through everything, because you are the one constant throughout your entire life. You are that one soul that is always with you, that is you, your higher self, you. So it comes back to being your own best friend. And that's, again, allowing the pressure to be released, allowing the stress, the overwhelm, the I'm not doing enough, I'm not being enough, even the not allowing yourself to be supported. All of these things are you not being your own best friend. I mean, if you aren't for you, then it doesn't matter if anybody really else is. If anybody else really is. I was like a little bit of twisted on those words. Intriguing. So that's where we are on that, is, having such amazing clients, because I've worked with so many throughout the past years, of course, since becoming a coach. It's, again, that space of really recognizing the difference of having support and allowing yourself to receive support, knowing that there is someone who is going to be there to tell you they're proud of you, to tell you that you're doing an awesome job, that you've come so far, and to really support you in this self-love empowerment journey. Inner child, right? Again, that mother wound, which of course is in turn that inner child healing. And there's so much of this inner child healing that's being brought out right now, because, we can just look around, and those who are truly awake to seeing the agenda, the normalization of child abuse and things like that in the masses is really, wow, really mind-blowing. Just, because it won't be really on the news because it's fake, but, I believe in the state of Colorado, they want to stop calling pedophiles, and they want to use a different term because pedophile is offensive. It goes against their rights. What? So that's part of the thing about normalizing child abuse that I'm talking about. There is this massive call to all of us to be healing that inner child. This is why last week and earlier this week, I believe there was a whole lot of the mothering yourself going on, because that is how we really navigate this inner child healing, is learning how to really truly mother yourself, how to parent yourself. Okay, and that's allowing yourself to receive that support, because for so many of us, we really didn't feel supported in our truth, in being allowed to be fully expressed or even partially expressed. You weren't allowed to speak. You weren't allowed to have the things that you wanted. They wanted to do it their way. You either get this or nothing at all. And it wouldn't make sense. Because it comes down to that control, having control over someone else rather than honoring the individual soul being within each individual, and allowing that soul through this human expression here, through this human experience, to be the fullest expression of that which that soul is. Okay. It's so, wow. Oof. And like I'm saying, that shadow, this is where we are doing that deep inner child shadow work, and holding that space for yourself, allowing yourself to see the patterns and the programs of the stories that you hold that are perpetuating and even perpetrating the circumstances that you would rather prefer to not have. But this is why we celebrate the little things along the way, because everything matters. Every little thing. And I'm remembering when I was in Goa, and my twin flame, we were on our way to the airport, and he knew I loved samosas. I had had them for the first time after we started connecting online and doing all of that, and I went to a special India festival here locally in the valley, and I got to have my first ever samosa, and oh my gosh, I fell in love. I fell in love, and I told him, oh my gosh, I'm gonna eat samosas every day while I'm there with you. And he said, okay. Well, the hotel had such amazing room service that I was okay that I hadn't had samosas. So we're on our way to the airport. The gentleman we rented the car from, who I say gentleman, however, he drove like a maniac. Oh my God. We had him drive us, and so he and I could sit in the back seat and have, you know, those last moments together. And he speaks in Hindi to ask the driver to pull over, and I don't speak Hindi, but I figured that out when the guy pulled over, and RV jumped out and he went over, and I thought he was, I don't know, getting cigarettes, or I didn't know. And I'm like, whatever. And so I'm sitting there, you know, in the car just patiently waiting. And he comes back around, he hops in on his side, and he puts a warm plastic sack on my lap. And I looked at it, and I looked up at him, and he kind of had a coy little smile on his face. And I opened the package, and they were fresh made hot samosas. And I hadn't asked for them. When he is in his heart space, he is my divine masculine. He is my love. And I had told him that it's the little things that always turn out to be the big things. So that right there, Goddess, is really allowing yourself, that's what the message of that story is to allow yourself to acknowledge, to celebrate the little things, because it is those little things that so often become so big. I mean, that memory is forever seared into my mind, as though I can go back to it any time and feel as though I am there, reliving it over and over and over, and how amazing it felt. And then when we got to the airport, we ate them, and they gave us 3, and so he let me have 2 because he lives there. He can eat them anytime, and they were so good. Oh my gosh, they were so good. But that said, celebrate the little things, acknowledge them, and celebrate them. And this card sticking out, oh my goodness, because that's where the magic is, Goddess. That's where the magic is. It's in you, it emanates from you, it's all around you. And when you tune yourself to the magic, because that experience for me will always be magical to me. Will always. And that used to be one of our words. It was just one of the words where we'd say, where if we had a little spat, our egos, our humanness getting in the way, right? Our programs, our sabotages, that would be our thing. That would be kind of like our apology. We'd just say the word samosas. And just like magic, everything was better. And that is what you're being asked right now, is to allow yourself to tap into the magic that is in you, and that is in and of and all that is this experience. You are magic. So is this world, so is the universe. So allow yourself the experience of the magic, both in you and in your journey. Because those against samosas, those are the things that you're going to say, that has made all of this worth it. Those are the moments that make life truly worth it. And all the healing, all the pain, all the excruciating suffering that we tend to put ourselves through and endure and overcome, all those wonderful little things make it all worth it. that's it. Let's see how we are being asked to work our light right now. Again, definitely to be tapping in to your passion. As I am just saying now, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do, goddess? Letting yourself follow that call. It doesn't have to make sense. It's not, who fucking cares if it doesn't make sense to anybody else? Your journey isn't their journey, and their journey isn't your journey. It's your self-love empowerment journey. You get to choose, goddess. You get to create your experience here. And that's why, again, when you allow yourself to, and I saw that, to align yourself with what is truly you, with what does feel good, with what does light you up, then you really do easily shift into this thriving space. You're no longer just surviving. You're not just getting by. You're not settling. And that's a major template for my divine masculine and I, is the settling thing. And it most likely may very well be for you too, is where you have this belief in your mind that you don't get to have what you want, be it because of the subconscious belief you're not worthy, you don't know how it's going to work out. It just appears currently to be such an impossibility that you're not allowing yourself to feel good in your life. You're focusing on where your power is not. Just like I was explaining about the scale thing I have going here. Which one is first? I don't know. I mean, this is what I really want to be first. You know, India, world travel. I do still want to get to India and surprise my love and say, hey, I'm here. I told you I would come. And while my ego would want to say that I'm sorry it took so long, the soul knows that it's always right on time. It's always divine timing, right? So right now you are very much being asked to align your life, to really look at the things that you are not and let go of that. Because you're too busy over here looking at the things that that are aligned with you, that do light you up. And again, start small. It doesn't have to be big things. Like, again, for me right now, I want to paint my own nails for a while. I want my nails to be able to breathe. I want to honor them. I want to love them. I mean, because I do. When they're happy and healthy, they're amazing. They're really thick. Right now, it's, oof, right? Little things, you know, having sound effects going like I have in my background here of nature, you know, little things. Stop trying to force yourself to do it all at once. Patience. All right. Do we have, oh, yes, okay. I was like, do we have any more to say with working our light? Well, looky there. As I said, don't be trying to do it all at once. Take a break, take a breath. You know, it's a journey. It's a whole long, like Abraham says, you never get it done. You will never get every little thing completely in its place, because that's not where the focus is supposed to be. It's supposed to be on the experience of it, not whatever it is, but the journey of that which it is, that which it all is. It's a perpetual going and growing journey. And how perfect, it just hit me, how perfect that I am so excited. I'm so close to finalizing. It's the Twin Flame Confirmation Empowerment Checklist with a 17-day self-love empowerment challenge. Twin Flame Self-Love Empowerment Challenge. However, it's sprinkled with Twin Flame. stuff in there. But you better believe, sister, it is about you. It is about you reclaiming your power so you can rise and thrive on your journey. And you as a divine feminine leading this connection, you've got to be the one, such as I know for sure that I'm also being presented with a third option of these other two, and it would be settling, complete and total settling. Not answering the call of my soul. Both of these two here are both like, yeah, my soul's like, I want my cake and I'm gonna eat it too, thank you. And I know I can, right? But it's just recognizing that right now you need to be saying no to things. You need to be honoring yourself, your space, your energy. You need to be really saying no to the things that are not aligned with who you truly are. In fact, in one of the days in the challenge, which has been, I want to say it's been in nearly every challenge that I have been divinely led to create and have offered, this will be my greatest one ever. I'm so excited about it. It just feels so amazing. It answering the call, it lights me up, okay? But it's the boundaries one about or aligning your life, right? It's the boundaries. What am I no longer available for? And then you answer, what am I now available for? You answer the no list first, because that's gonna be really easy. You're gonna be like, look, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good. I'm tired of that. I don't want that anymore. I'm done. That's gonna be easy. That's the easy part. And then to empower the other column or the other side of the coin with ease, with greater ease, is of the what am I now available for, is you are then able to reference that no list and say, okay, so I am no longer available for having someone else who really doesn't have that energy of showing that they really truly care about my nails the way I know I can. So I am no longer available for nail techs who don't care about my nails and are just doing a job, like a conveyor belt and just getting it done and not really honoring the beauty, thank you, of my nails. And saying, you know what? I am now available for really allowing myself to see that I do enjoy painting my nails. I enjoy having that space of self-love, of self-care, because for me, this is a self-care thing, because I do love my nails. And when they are loved properly, they thrive. And right now, they have not been thriving since the one gal who nursed them back to health after my first gal, she quit. She was working 7 days a week between her full-time job and doing nails on the weekend. So she didn't renew her salon lease. She's taking a break. But I got in that comfort zone. I wanted to keep doing my nails instead of saying, you know what? She got them healthy again. Let's remove this and let me now move forward and not do this. But no, I got stuck in a pattern, right? In a shadow space. And now here we are again. I have to nurse them back to health. So it's really allowing yourself to find that path of least resistance. And yeah, it's nice to have someone else do my nails for me. However, not at the detriment to my nails, because that in turn is a detriment to myself, right? Whereas I like to paint, and I am perfectly content and quite actually miss the therapy, because it's like art therapy only on my nails, to paint them. Okay, so that's what you're being asked to allow yourself to see right now, Goddess, is what are you no longer available for? What really is going to support you in facilitating a very needed shift from feeling disempowered, feeling not quite like a goddess, that you need to shift that will. Okay, and with that, we are going to ask the divine masculine energy, the divine masculine collective, the energy of that which is the divine masculine. Because again, it is my intention for it to not be a direct message. That's not what I'm being led. That's why you've noticed the masculine Monday messages they've kind of taken a pause. Silence is golden right now. How synchronistically divine that I was led to create those messages on my gold background. And now we are at that. And it's just a temporary space. It's a transitional space right now where the divine masculine, with that regard, silence is golden, because the DM needs to do his work the same as you need to be doing your work. And constantly going, oh my gosh, I want a message from him. I want a message from him. That is attachment. That is attachment to him. And that, especially as twin flames, is something that is vital to needing to be released in order to align yourself with your truth, with that harmonious physical union. Because remember, the only way to come into union with your twin is through coming home to union within. Okay? So that's where we are right now. It's letting them do their thing and you do yours. So again, with that, we are asking for what guidance, what messages of support for the divine feminines is the divine masculine offering to us at this time, in terms of the twin flame journey as a whole, the journey of ascension, each our own self-love empowerment journeys. That's where we are. What do these amazing divine masculines that we hold so dear? What does divine masculine energy have to say? Oh my goodness. We're on our way to freedom. That's what we're working on, goddess. That's what the twin flames are working on right now, individually. Not separate, right? Because you're never separate. But you are individual. You may share the same soul blueprint, but you are still a unique and individual soul in and of yourself. And right now you are freeing yourself, and the divine masculine is encouraging you to continue with freeing yourself from this shadow sabotaging space that keeps you and him, because he's working on the same. That is what this is about, choosing a karmic path for a moment. If it's something, because we have to reach a point in our journey when it comes to a sabotaging pattern, a detrimental cycle, a karmic cycle, whatever that is, we have to reach a point of such excruciating, unbearable pain that then and only then do we say, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm ready to change. I'm ready to free myself. I'm ready to break the chains that have bound me to this belief, to this way of being, to this way of thinking, to this way of showing up in the world and treating myself and treating others and believing, period. Freeing yourself from the prison of your own creation. And that is exactly what we are all in the midst of. And in this moment, I know for a fact this is the card. This is the card for the DM. There is no more at this point. However, this number 13, I want to share with you that number 13, I've always, for me energetically, Friday the 13th is a lucky day. It's a great day. I never, for me, understood why it was viewed as a bad luck day. I always had amazing luck. I would win drawings. I would, get perfect A's on any tests that day in school. I spent my entire life coming to know Friday the 13th of going, yes, we got Friday the 13th this month. That's going to be a great day, right? Kind of thing. Okay, so let us check out what this divine masculine number has to say for us. So we have 424, we have a number 13 here, and number 13, wow. Focus on the good. Turn your problems into your power. Challenging times are improving. Fear is an illusion. It's false evidence appearing real. The mind will make it appear as real as it can to keep you stuck in these old patterns, stuck from not answering the call. But that's what it is really allowing yourself to see these fears and look them in the eye and say, I'm done. It's time to shift this and align my life with who I truly am. Forget the fears. Fuck fear, right? Fear is an absence of love. Choose love. Choose love. And that is exactly what the Divine Masculine energy, the Divine Masculine Collective is asking of us, is encouraging us to do, is to choose love for ourselves, to choose love for our journey, to choose love for our experience, to choose love when we think of them, rather than to choose frustration and disappointment and guilt and shame and blame and fear and all these things. Choose love. Love is always the answer. Divine source love. And with that, dear Goddess, that is today's Thankful to Thrive message. To celebrate the magic of you, to celebrate all the little things that do become so big, to allow yourself the support, to really recognize and honor that inner child within you who is, when she throws a tantrum, when you fall into that victim space, it's because she's never really been given the opportunity to be heard. So give your inner child a chance to use her voice, to say, I want an ice cream cone right now. I had a client I worked with for a year, and that was one of the big things when we really started doing that inner child work. That was a big thing for her, was to go get an ice cream cone from Dairy Queen. That is her thing, a soft serve ice cream. And I told her, anytime you have that, especially after you've been doing this healing work and you reach that point where it just pops into your head and you're like, I just want an ice cream cone. Go get it. Go get you an ice cream cone. Because it's one thing if you're eating them all day, every day, or eating one every day. But an ice cream cone on occasion, indulge. Give her that. And I feel emotion welling up inside of me right now. Because like I said, I've been healing some much, much deeper mother wounding lately, of the whole asking me what I want, but instead doing it her way anyway, and totally disregarding my input to what I wanted, and instead doing it her way, thereby affirming for my entire childhood and even long into my adulthood that my voice didn't matter, that what I wanted didn't matter. So, and right now, because of the vision that I really, that lights me up right now, feels alive, is the freedom in the world, traveling the world, going back to India, going to all these things I was doing before this whole hoax popped off almost 2 years ago now. Um, it's no. It's been very challenging to feel as though I get what I want, but that's simply because of this inner child wounding having been so prevalent. It's so interwoven throughout my entire childhood into, as I've said, my adulthood. It just reached that point where it's like, for me, my mother is so toxic that she doesn't get to be in my life. It took me a long time to get to that point of saying, in terms of boundaries, I am no longer available for this toxicity. I'm no longer available for this. I am now available for being my own best friend, being my own mother, and really truly learning to cultivate and thus nurture that love within and for myself. Because I was taught the very opposite with her. I was taught to loathe myself. So of course, no wonder when I became a prostitute and got caught up with a drug dealer pimp, and I truly, genuinely believed throughout that. I mean, of course, to be in such circumstances as those, I genuinely believed that I didn't just that I didn't just not deserve what I wanted, but rather I actually deserved all the horrible things that were happening to me. I loathed myself that much, Goddess, that I believed I deserved being raped, being assaulted, being gang raped, being arrested, being manipulated, traumatized, that I deserved all of that. And of course, having a drug addiction, right? Any kind of addiction like that, that is so very much about an outright disdain for yourself, for your body, for that which you are. And we're healing that. And so I honor you, Goddess. I see you. I would love to know that you stopped by and received this message. So please, please comment below, even if you're dropping a couple emojis. You know, let me know how you are, where you are in your journey, you know, what you're looking for, where you're stuck at, anything. Share, just share. Allow yourself to have a voice. Especially if you have felt that you've not been allowed to have a voice yet. You're the one that has to allow it. That said, Goddess, I appreciate you. I am here for you. You can certainly book a one-on-one session with me at iamempowered.as.me. You can also check out, I have a free masterclass coming up this next week. It's a regular EWR session, Empowered with Rochelle, which is my group, my all access pass group package, group program. It's an all-encompassment. I mean, to be empowered with Rochelle, you've got to have access to all of these things that have allowed me to become empowered, at least very much to where I am in my journey now, right? And that means that you get all access to all my video courses. We have group sessions. We have manifesting moon rituals. We do goddess parties. There's vision board experiences that are being integrated into that as well. So really, truly, all of these things. We talk essential oils. We talk just, you know, morning routines. Just again, all these things that will support you in becoming empowered with yours truly, Rochelle. So I will leave the link for details on the all access pass to be empowered with Rochelle. I will leave that down below. It is real easy. It's empowermentexperiences.com/EWR. That again is empowermentexperiences.com/EWR. And to reiterate, for the one-on-one sessions, that is iamempowered.as.me. And stay tuned, like I said, for this whole 17-day challenge, which is free, and a perpetual giveaway. That was what I was talking about, the perpetual going and growing journey. How beautiful. And then it's time to wrap this up, I know. But how beautiful that I have been led to create a perpetual giveaway for our perpetual going and growing journey. That said, Goddess, I am here to remind you that the power, it is in your hands. It really, truly is. No matter what your ego mind will try to tell you, or anybody else for that matter, that the power to create any life you desire, it's in your hands. Because that power, it has always been inside you. Namaste.